Hey, folks, we're here with another edition of the HBCU Collective's Musical Moments. And I have with me a great friend for a very long time, Miss Marie Antoinette Douglas. She is a doctoral student at the University of Memphis, but I happen to know that she is a graduate of Florida A&M University and she participated in the Marching 100. Marie, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Good morning, Doc. Yeah, I'm happy to be on here and happy to be talking to a longtime mentor turned friend of mine uh, about something that's important to both of us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. HBCUs are near and dear to my heart, and I know yours and your families and all that you all have accomplished from music to architecture and beyond. So I know that that's real huge. But I just want to know what's going on with you. You went to grad school, now you're in composition. I mean, how did you get there from attending FAMU? And tell me, what in the world possessed you to go into composition after being such a great French horn player?
Well, I guess I want to start at the end of your question because that's going to help me to get to the HBCU. Um, Ever since I think the earliest memory I have is finding out who Quincy Jones was. Finding out who was making Michael Jackson's music for him at certain points. Uh, the earliest piece of music that kind of made me get emotional even was like when I was a kid and I heard Human Nature for the first time,
Yeah.
and learning about Stevie Wonder and all these people who, wrote all these moving and compelling songs. And from there, that's when it really started that I wanted to, pursue songwriting and composition and learning about Quincy Jones made me want to be educated, made me want to be musically literate. I knew that as an African American person, I might have some pushback. And then as a woman, even more so, I might have some pushback for, the things that I want to do. And so I would, that's what led me to the HBCU. I knew I had to study composition. I knew I wanted to write. I knew I wanted to be some sort of mogul as related to the industry and the world of music. But going to HBCU, uh, Florida A&M specifically, is where I was introduced to a lot of advanced literature, things like Man Veen and even Stravinsky and just you name it, just all sorts of things that were able to perform there. And just being exposed to those things broadened my mind as it relates to what I could become as a composer. And so here we are today. You
Hey, I
know,
mean, you're a heck of an educator as well. You had great stint in the classroom, K through 12, and now of course, you went to grad school. You're a guru of music technology and all things technology in terms of the production side as well. But I'm just happy to see that you're moving forward and going on to get that composition thing going. I happened to see a post that you posted the other day on Facebook about big city lights, and you kind of introduced trap music to the wind band idiom. And I don't want you to talk about that just a little bit.
well, we're from Atlanta, so we know how that sound is, and I just wanted it to be. I felt like early when I was getting into music and band, I didn't really see in the concert side very much of myself, and things that I could relate to and things my friends could relate to. I went to Southside High School, now Maynard Jackson High School in Atlanta Public Schools, and we had a lot of individuals who weren't traditional band kids, as you could one in the afternoons they're selling drugs or doing something like that, but during the day they were with us, in class, ripping lines on trumpet, being virtuosic musicians. Um, but the in the when it came to concert band, it wasn't interesting for them.
Right, right.
And I wanted to, I always wanted to do something that would be more interesting to my friends that I grew up with, and kids like that, you
And
know.
keep them, I
And
guess it can keep them in a positive mind frame and keep them from being in the streets and being in the band room and perhaps connecting to that family a little bit more. And I know
exactly.
you've been able to do that in multiple areas where you've been. Even as a teacher, you were able to do that. If there was an encouraging word that you would tell a young HBCU student, female, male, that's going into composition or even about grad school, what would you tell them?
If they're going into composition, I would tell them to learn theory. learn it so that you can manipulate and empower yourself. Don't run from it. Don't be afraid of it. You may not get it outright, but keep giving yourself chances. And as far as people looking to go to grad school, look at your grad school's options as soon as you start your undergrad, or at least your second year. That way, you're not at the end of your undergraduate career and you're just kind of dumbfounded about what your next move is going to be. The more decisions you can make on the front end, and research you can do on the front end, can just help you make a educated decision on what you truly want um, to be doing at the next level, which I
Absolutely.
think is a lot of different things these days, especially for musicians.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to make a plan. You got to have that plan fast. Well, Marie, it's been great talking to you. I think this is a great opportunity for people to connect with you, a young, talented African American female composer who is doing great things. Also, I would just like to say, hey, shout out to your talented husband who is also working at LSU, Mr. Dante Douglas. I know you all on the road. We're both on the road right now, but I appreciate you coming in and giving us a few minutes of your time just to talk about composition, HBCUs, and where we're going from here. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming in and checking out another Musical Moments with HBC Collective. We'll see you next week.